good afternoon. Welcome to our Camnet Midday News. My name is Amazing Katamanda. We take a look at the stories that are making the headlines. A police deserter behind a spate of robberies, nursing wounds after being shot. Baby born without anus seeks urgent medical attention. We'll be right back with more details after this short break.
Are you a business organization or an individual with a dream to register your presence in Zambia and around the world? Waste no time, because Camnet Television is offering an opportunity to sponsor any of the following programs. The main news, national matters, breakfast show, the verdict, partnership of greatness, economic briefcase, business and sports news. For more details, call following numbers. Camnet Television, not just another channel.
Thank you for staying with us, and now the news in detail. A family of a 3-year-old male Teddy Mwanza of Lusaka's Kaligiliki compound is appealing for assistance for an operation that would help repair his son imperforate anus of their child. The family says it has been able to provide for his medical needs. More in this report.
Looking up his handsome little face, filled with life, hope and innocence, you may think his health as most children his age should be. But baby Teddy Mwanza has been suffering since birth after his mother discovered that he was born with an imperforate anus, a birth defect that happens as an unborn baby is developing during pregnancy, meaning one has an improper developed anus and therefore cannot pass waste normally from their rectum out of their body. Surgery was done on little Teddy 3 weeks after his birth, according to his mother.
So kuja ku UTH vanabwera vakamba kuti uyu mwana afunika kumufaka colostome, afunika kumupanga colostome. So nje pamene vanabwera vamuchosa matumbo pamala, nje pamene anabwambo chitira toilet, anabadwa so chabe senzo chita toilet. So manje pamala nje pe amapulumukira.
He is just 3 years old and continues to suffer more than most people can understand. Doctors made an opening on Teddy's stomach to enable him pass waste. The measure was a temporary one done. The 3-year-old has no control over his bowel movement, hence the reason his mother constantly keeps his opening covered with a piece of cloth. The distressed mother wonders why her son's next surgery has delayed, adding that she was informed in March 2022 by doctors at the University Teaching Hospital that she'll be called for her son's next treatment, but till now,
penze pa 22 March vanakamba nzaka kutumirani phone kuti mumulete mwana kaili apali pa number 6 tizakabwere omukonza. So ine ninabwana bafunsa ba doctor nati so uyu mwana appointment yapaka maningi nishi ingakwanisike kuchitiwa kumuku kuti akankhale bwino operation ingakwanisike, vanakamba kuti ingakwanisike. So uyu mwana kuchokera pa 22 March ufika pa na manje sibatitumira phone ku hospital.
And in a phone interview, UTH Public Relations Officer Natalie Mashikolo says the mother should go to Children's Hospital on Monday and see how best she can be assisted. Meanwhile, a medical doctor, Teddy Mulinga, explains the condition.
If the child has been left for this long, it means the connection to the anus could probably, a large portion is absent. So that is a little bit delicate. That's why they have to create a totally different route, because maybe a large part of the intestines that goes down there is not there. That's why the child could have been kept so long. Because all the children that are born like that are operated within 2 weeks. 1 week, 2 weeks, they always operate.
While advocates for child justice calls for urgent medical attention for little Teddy.
Access to health services is a right for children, and it's enshrined in different pieces of legislation, including the UNCRC that Zambia has ratified. So it is very important that we observe that as a government, and also institutions that are charged to make sure that children access health services. So for those that actually are delaying access to health for children, they are actually violating the rights of children.
Teddy's mother, who is unemployed and has 3 more children and lives in Lusaka's Kalikiliki compound, is hoping kind-hearted members of the public will step in and help save and change her son's life.
Nipe mpako baboma kuti vanitandizeko kuti nizikwanisako kugulako vamene vifunikira kudya mwana madaipa vasilini yomuzola pa chironda sifunika ishota.
Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
A police traitor, Joshua Banda, who has been terrorizing the people of Relay Estate and is nursing gunshots at Challenge Level 1 hospital after he was shot on the leg as he attempted to break into one of the houses. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga has confirmed that the matter was reported at Godfrey Mianda Police Post by Zanso Siakajoma, aged 44, of Relay Housing Estate, who reported that unknown criminals broke into his house through the kitchen window, and fortunately he was awake and managed to shoot one of them and on the left leg, whilst the others managed to escape.
Zambians were treated to an unusual episode where thieves broke into the residence of the former head of state, President Edgar Lungu. Surprisingly, the criminals targeted to steal flat-screen televisions. However, such robberies have been happening in various localities, and in Lusaka's Lilai Estate area, the suspected thief has been identified as Joshua Banda, who, according to the residents, he is a police officer who has been on suspension. They never suspected him, as he is well known in this community, and he is also a son of a pastor who used to live within Lilai Estate. 12 August 2022, he was shot on the leg during his routine house-breaking activities by tampering with windows and doors of his targets. They say some people with the duty to protect lives and property are becoming perpetrators. Almost everyone in this neighborhood is a victim, and the recent one lamented that she was aware when Joshua Banda personalized her house, taking with him a television and other variables.
All those things were in my bedroom. My TV is a cave. The lie, I could even travel outside the country. I would go 3 months. I would find the house intact. It was a block of flats. My heart even. And they leave the decoder. And it's like they were spending nights here. I found the chitu that they were using. Even his jackets. Window. That's their tactic. They will either kick on the wall or knock on the window.
Boom. And then they wait. Residents who opted not to be on camera tell this journalist that Joshua and his gang have been giving them sleepless nights, and they have resorted to night patrols. They say the suspect has been conducting criminal activities with impunity because he is well connected.
We've suffered. It's every night from midnight to 04:30, somewhere around about that time. You know, we are suffering in our own homes. So we want immediate action. The culprit should be brought to book. A well-known guy, a former resident, I think, of this place, telling the police officer who was guarding him, he was swearing, using all sorts of bad languages, calling her a prostitute, that I won't spend time in the cells because my parents are well connected. And we've gathered information that he was in the cells, I think, about 30 days, for 30 days. Is it last month or a few months ago? And he was released. So how safe are we? If this person claims he's well connected, he can be arrested and released.
They are calling on the Zambia police to help beef up security in the area. Meanwhile, Zambia police spokesperson Ray Hamonga confirmed the development to Camnet TV News that the suspect is a deserter from the Zambia Police Service. At Chilenje Level 1 Hospital, our efforts to get hold of the suspect could not materialize as we were informed that he was moved to the University Teaching Hospital, when in fact not.
Dealing with someone who is so serious and is there to traumatize us, is there to rob us of the things that we've worked hard for. And what they should do now is that this culprit should be brought to book, because it's like he has got connections. And for your information, that this person is been raised in the house of a pastor. So he's even boasting to say that no, his dad has got more connections. So we want the law to take its course. This person actually should be arrested as quickly as he can, because he has even formed a group. The police post is very far from here. It's actually, we are dealing with, is it Benny Godfrey and police post. So you see that even here, there's need of us having a police post nearby, because this area is actually growing.
Patrick Soko, Camnet TV News in Lusaka.
Zambia's Republican Vice President Mtalena Lumango has called on the church mother bodies to embrace the spirit of giving resources back to the community. Speaking when she officiated the fundraising church service for Chilenje Evangelical Church of Zambia, the Vice President notes that the church mother bodies have been supporting government by providing training for health workers, quality health services, and the provision of primary and secondary education in the country. More in this report.
Sunday, 14th August 2022, the Republican Vice President Mtalena Lumango officiated at the fundraising service for the Evangelical Church in Zambia. The fundraising that is meant for the construction of a baptism pool, purchase of chairs, amongst other things, saw the Vice President and other senior government officials grace the ceremony at ECZ. The action, that is a noble cause, because the house of God must be respected in worship and appearance. The Vice President quoted Galatians chapter 6 verse 9, which states, "Let us not grow weary or become discouraged in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap if we do not give in." Ms. Lumango appealed to the church mother body to embrace the culture of giving.
To raise at least 400,000 kwacha, I think we are all here. The figure may scare us, but let us all put our efforts together. Let us draw inspiration from Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, which states, "Let us not grow weary or become discouraged in doing good. For at the proper time, we will reap if we do not give in." Again, I like to also look at the New Living Translation, which says, "Let us not get tired of doing good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessings."
And the Evangelical Church in Zambia presiding Bishop Paul Mususu encouraged the congregants.
Thirdly, on the list, members of the Evangelical Church know this. I have said it on platforms. You cannot, as a member of the Evangelical Church, go in the street begging for alms. At least, if you are wearing the ECZ chipende, dare not do that, because the wrath of the bishop will be visiting you. Simple. How can you go to the pagan, the non-Christians, the Muslims, as if to tell them, our God is so poor, heathens come and bail us out?
Amongst the people that addressed the church was also Chilenje presiding pastor of ECZ, Christon Munyeo.
And health workers. Some of our church members are beneficiaries of the huge extras the government has allocated. In addition, Your Honor, the free education of up to the 12 that have been seen as seen many vulnerable children accessing education, we are beneficiaries too, as the Evangelical Church in Zambia.
Chilenje Evangelical Church in Zambia has a seating capacity of 1,000 congregants. Blessings Chakwila, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Chilanga Ward Development Committee Chairperson Lucky Vene has called on the local authority to commence auditing cooperatives that are being formed by individuals who intend to benefit from Constituency Development Fund. In an interview with Camnet News, Mr. Vene says the move will help monitor efficiency and effectiveness resource utilization. More in this report.
The significant expansion of the Zambia's Constituency Development Fund in the 2022 budget provides an important opportunity to make service delivery more responsive to public needs, strengthen decentralized local institutions, and promote economic development. Chilanga Ward Development Committee Chairperson Lucky Vene has called on relevant authority to commence auditing cooperatives that are being formed by individuals who intend to benefit from the CDF, adding that these will monitor the efficiency and effectiveness of the resources.
They get your NRC, you don't know that you have been embedded in a cooperative that you don't belong to. You know they are using other people. So it's before any cooperative can be granted an empowerment, I feel that the zonal leader or the ward development chairman and this committee, they should phone all those people who are listed there, because there are 10 people who are listed there with their signatures to prove that these people belong. Because some of them, when you call them, they'll say that I don't know anything, I'm not a member, but meanwhile they're applicant. So it means there is one individual who has applied and using other people's NRCs and to siphon government's money. And I just want to warn that if you use other people's NRCs to open a cooperative without their consent, you will go to jail. You go to Chimboka and eat beans without salad.
And Mr. Vene has urged those fond of politicking anything to desist from doing such, adding that assumption to claim that only those aligned to the United Party for National Development are given first priority in accessing the CDF funds for their cooperatives is false.
Benefiting from this empowerment are actually Zambians and not. There is no single a trace of where political patronage is winning over the citizens of this country. And I just want to say that even in our channel we have a lot of political leaders in most political parties who complain why their children have been left out because they fought, you know, to bring the new dawn. So that's evidence enough to say that the beneficiaries are Zambian people and not those. And you will never see anyone bullying anyone in our environment.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development says the ministry's commitment levels toward improving community projects under the CDF is progressing, while adding that the perceived delay in some projects is as a result of what they term as necessary bureaucracy, because some projects required tendering procedures.
We have as a ministry put in place a deliberate policy. We told ourselves to say the turnaround time of any application coming to the ministry must be 10 working days. So given that, if we have any backlog, it is still within this 10-day period. If there's anything beyond that, you know, it's something that I might not be aware of, and if it indeed turns out to be like that, we expedite processes. So we are not sitting and waiting and doing nothing about CDF. It is being given priority. It is P1 when applications come to the ministry, and we want to ensure that decisions are taken and the results begin to show in the constituency, because that is the whole idea of Constituency Development Fund. We need to see infrastructure coming up. We need to see people within communities being empowered as business people.
Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
That item brings us to the end of our Camnet Media News, but before we go, we take a look at the stories that made the headlines. A police deserter behind a spate of robberies, nursing wounds after being shot. Baby born without anus seeks urgent medical attention. That's all we had for you on our Camnet News Desk. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Good afternoon.